Okay, everybody, I'd like you to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, I would like you to close your eyes and then inhale and exhale deeply. In the third inhale and exhale, I want you to imagine all of us together in this beautiful cauldron of the feminine, in this beautiful container of the divine, in this beautiful, beautiful womb that is the divine mother within all of us. As we take our next breath, I'd like you to move into your second chakra, our creative source. And there, I would like you to connect to the beauty of the creation for all of us. And in this year of miracles, as I call it, I would like us to call forward first the miracle tonight of being together in this beautiful, beautiful open house co-op meet and greet MSCO, and together know that each of us individually are working and being, not just doing, but working and being, so that with each breath, we can bring forward within ourselves and within each other that creative energy of the feminine, that stalwart and yet so flowing energy of the mother, of the feminine, and feel the waters in our second chakra come forward and embrace all of us in this beautiful wave of creation, and allow each of us right now to think of a thought, and lace it in with an emotion, and take that into our womb of being, breathing it in, breathing it out. And as we breathe out anew, let's connect to each other and have that thought come out into the world, that emotion come out into the world, so that together we are creating the cauldron of being, the cauldron of creativity, the cauldron of the beauty of the feminine force within each of us and all of us, whether we're male, female, adult, child, or elder. And let us say, so it is. And with that, I welcome with so much joy, Marie, and this beautiful topic of the Divine Mother. And if everybody can kind of mute now so that Marie can have the floor. And I promise I will call upon once everybody is done, once Marie is done, I will call upon anybody and everybody with your questions. So thank you.
Thank you. I thought, since I've got this card at the co-op many years ago, it's called Mother of the World. It's a sacred geometry pattern by Michaela Ashina. And it says, I am the eternal mother. I am the great spirit of the feminine principle. I am everywhere and nowhere. Come and find me. I come to the earth to renew the mother flame in you. And that's part of my intention tonight. I am not an expert by any means. I was a teacher and an art major and that kind of thing, but I want to share my experience with Divine Mother. And my focus would be to expand our concept of her, or our relationship with her, because sometimes she can be kind of, especially in our society, kind of made smaller, or not as important and as expansive as she is. So that's where I'm going to go. So I'm going to start with my personal experience, and then like I say, I was a teacher back in the day, so I have lots of visual aids to share as well. So I grew up Catholic, so my name Marie was, of course, and I get called Mary all the time, and she was just part of my life because I went to a Catholic school, and there was always statues at my house and my school. We said the rosary, but it was kind of like whatever, when I was younger, it didn't really resonate that much. And I was doing my thing. And one of my first experiences that I thought was really interesting was when I was a sophomore in high school. Of course, I went to a Catholic high school. And my friend and I double dated with these two guys from a Catholic boys' school. We went to a Catholic girls' school at the time. And afterward, the guy that was my was my friend's date, said to his friend, dating me would be like dating Mother Mary, which I thought was like, he was 16, I was 16. I thought that was kind of strange. But so that was kind of weird. And then, over time, I've smelled flowers when nobody else did, which I, take as a sign that she was there. And just several times people have said they would feel her around me or see her around me, but I really wasn't experiencing that too much until about 12 to 15 years ago. I took an online painting class and I started painting the Divine Feminine. And it started off with images that looked more like Mary, because that was what I was comfortable with and that's what I knew. And it had expanded to different cultures, different ethnicities, different images sometimes. And I was always amazed that, like, every time I would do a painting, I would think, oh, what if she doesn't come through? What if I can't do this again? And so all this self-talk and everything, but she always did. Sometimes it took a while and I would keep working and working and I'd have, a face or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's just not it. And the more I worked, then she would just show up. And it was so sacred. And that was really my deepest connection that really got me on the path of really looking more into my relationship with her. And, I think I said in my bio on the website, in her many forms, because obviously she appears, the goddess worship was way predating any kind of religion that we have now. And her many forms and all the cultures and all the different spiritual traditions, she shows up different. The woman that I took the online painting class with is named Shiloh Sophia McLeod. And if you ever want to look up some incredible Divine Feminine art, I would highly recommend Shiloh Sophia McLeod. But I took several classes from her, and one of the classes that I took with her, she said that every morning, of course, she said Mary, but Divine Feminine, whoever, goddess, goes into her closet with baby Jesus or whoever her child is, and decides that day to pick out what outfit am I going to wear? What skin tone do I have? What ethnicity am I today? And then that's how she shows up to wherever people she's, relating to or appearing with. And I just love that imagery of her, changing to really connect with the people that she was going to, interact with. So Celeste has a slideshow that my beautiful husband helped me put together, that has lots of images of the Divine Mother. And I thought, rather than just talking about it, it'd be nice to share some. A lot of them are pieces that I've done throughout the year. Some of them are better than others, but I put them all out there. And some of them are statues or pieces of jewelry or whatever that I personally have. I was actually kind of surprised how many I have. And I think some of the slides didn't even make it into the show. So, but it just my purpose of showing them is to give an idea of all the different ways that she shows up and all the different forms, and everyone has their own experience of her, whatever that may be. So I hope that some of the images will resonate with you and just open you up to her in maybe a different way, in a new way, an expanded way. I think that's the first. Yeah, I think that's the first one you have to click, and after that, I think they're automatic. I think.
Let me see. I might have to.
So.
Hang on a second. I might have to.
we are different pictures of the Divine Mother, right?
Yes, absolutely. That was going to be my
Oh,
closing
here we go. Oh, no.
picture.
Now I have to get you back up here. I don't know if I
Okay.
can. Hang on a second.
Oh, I hope so. We spend a lot of time.
I know. I just have to get it going.
Yeah, I think the first one you have to manually change it, and the rest I think go by themselves. I hope.
Yeah. So
That's the plan.
Let me go back here again. And thank you for everyone for being patient for the moment. We'll get it. We'll get it. There it is. And I'm gonna go here, here, here. And now we can go back there.
Okay. Yeah, and I think after you click the first one, they just kind of automatically
Yes,
scroll through.
they should.
That's the plan.
Okay, I'm going to, should be moving. Hang on, okay.
There. Okay.
Let's see if it keeps moving. If it doesn't, I'll just keep clicking.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
Okay. Awesome. That was my first painting.
Mhm.
Maybe can you click through them a little bit quicker maybe? I don't know why that's not there. That's Dana's piece. That's Gaia. That's a Black Madonna that was found in a chapel in Lithuania, which is where my family is from. I've painted Guadalupe twice. That's Hecate. You can kind of see her with the purple around her. Dana has that piece too, don't you, Dana? I think so.
I have that one, not the original, but the print.
It's called Ancient Wisdom. And of course, Divine Mother is in nature and Mother Earth. And she can be a phoenix, or she can be a dragon, or she can be lots of things. That one's called Mama Shaman. I like her green face. That one is a spider goddess. That one's in my backyard. So is that one. That's Mary Magdalene. That's a piece of wood that I think looks like the Divine Feminine. segment. That's a piece of amber. That represents the womb. That's Kali. I found that on Facebook and I fell in love with it. So I don't know who created it, but I love it. It's Kali again. That's actually Saint Anne, Mary's mother. Black Madonna. Tara. Kuan Yin again. someone already mentioned it, but the last image that is a mirror for you to see yourself as part of the divine feminine and as a divine feminine, because male or female, that is the truth. So yeah, so of course there are millions of images that, you know, I tried to take ones that I wouldn't feel like I was ripping off somebody's work, but that Divine Mother Mary is the most painted image in the world. There's just throughout history, of course, so many, and you know, even the cave paintings, all that, so many images of the divine feminine, and you know, the goddess with the large belly and the large breasts and everything, just connecting to Mother Earth and connecting to our relationship with the mother, because I mean, I personally grew up with God the Father and God the Son, and it's like, wait, where's the mother? That doesn't make any sense, you know? So I do think she's making a comeback through all of us and through our awareness of her and our connection with her. So, and I had a couple of resources I was going to share too. For me personally, one of the ways that besides painting it, which not everybody has the time or the energy or inclination to do, I really love prayer beads a lot. And I did grow up with a rosary, but I don't say a traditional rosary hardly at all anymore. There's an amazing book, this book right here, that I just think is like spectacular. It's called The Way of the Rose. And it was actually written by, and they have a Facebook group that I know Celeste is in, that I'm in. And it was written by a Zen Buddhist monk and his wife. And they never had any relationship or connection with the Catholic Church. They just started this practice of, you know, Mary showed up for him, and like I say, he was a Buddhist. He saw a statue in the window in the middle of the night and bought it with his last amount of money he had, and then she worked with him, and it said to spread the rosary or prayer beads as a way to connect with her. And again, not necessarily, not at all in the Catholic way. Like their group has no connection to any church whatsoever. It's just connection to the Divine Mother. So, and there's so many, I brought a couple of rosaries, just, you know, like, I don't know how much you can see them, but like, this is definitely not a traditional rosary, but it does have a cross. This one doesn't even have the right amount of beads, but it has a medal that says Mary in French, which of course is Marie. So I liked it. And this was made by, was it Dana? I don't know if was it Jennifer who made the clay pieces. Yeah. And then I had a rosary with rose quartz made into it with, it's got an ink, you know, it's definitely not traditional. This one has, instead of a cross, has a bird, and it's actually like chakra colors. And I also have some prayer beads, of course, malas that have 108 beads. I have another one here, but that's okay. Rosaries usually have 55, but like I say, they don't have to. You can use a necklace or a bracelet as a way to just connect, even if you just say, you know, Divine Mother, or, you know, show up for me, or I'm here, or whatever it might be. It doesn't have to be any formal prayer of any kind, though it can be. I personally changed the Hail Mary around that makes it more meaningful to me, but it can be anything. So I feel like that's, for me, is a good way, and I'm just offering that as an option for you. There's this CD is called Sacred Chants of Devi. Can you see it? And it's Mother Divine, and this is so beautiful. It just is on this repeat of all the different names for Divine Mother, and this is very amazing in my opinion. There's all kinds of oracle decks, like tons and tons. I'm sure Jody knows millions of them. This is one that I have that's Sacred Mothers and Goddesses. And this one, there's so many, and lots of different. There's a coloring book, just kind of showing you all kinds of things. So, and I know you know this, but it's the Shakti coloring book, and it's images of Hindu goddesses that you can color, and they're just beautiful. They're really beautifully done. So that's another source. There's so much. This is one book. If you were going to pick one book with prayers in it, this one's called Mother of God, Similar to Fire by Mirabai Starr. and it's really beautiful. She's got more traditional icon pictures, and then just beautiful, beautiful prayers. She actually has another book called Wild Mercy that's about different goddesses and different divine feminine beings. So there's so many resources out there, so many. Yogananda has a book that I was going to read a prayer from, which I think I'll skip it because I don't have time. But it's called God as Divine Mother by Yogananda. There's just tons and tons of resources. And one thing that you can look online that I would highly recommend doing, maybe before you go to bed tonight, is there's a YouTube video there's a song called Holy Mother written by Eric Clapton, believe it or not. And there's a YouTube video that he's doing a concert with the East London Gospel Choir and with Pavarotti. And so you can't even imagine those two working together, but it is so inspiring. And like I say, it's on YouTube everywhere. It's the East London Gospel Choir. And it starts off with Eric Clapton doing his thing. And then Pavarotti, they kind of go back and forth. And it's just incredible. Every time I hear it or see it, I cry. So I would highly recommend that as just something to, meditate on, or just take it in for what it is, because it's just beautiful. So, and I do have a meditation ready, but I didn't know should I do the meditation and then wait to the end for the questions? What do you think, Dana?
I think let's ask questions and then
Okay. Okay, great. Does anybody have anything that, any experience they want to share or questions or anything?
I just wanted to make a comment that first, thank you for sharing all those images. They were just stunning. And yeah, this way you see in art, in all the different forms of art is beautiful. And I love that you sort of gave, like, for me, I felt like, oh, she's giving me permission not to just use a traditional I can make my rosary or my prayer beads anything I want. They don't have to be that traditional rosary that I also grew up Catholic, having.
Right.
I can make it whatever I want and make it fit what so that permission was really beautiful, I thought.
Great. Yeah, the Way of the Rose has a website as well. I think it's .org. I'm pretty sure it's .org. And there's so many resources. Just they have group rosaries that, throughout the week, and which I've never actually participated in, but it's a wonderful resource of using prayer beads in a way more expanded way than what, I was taught growing up,
Can I show you what I'm reading now?
Sure.
It's called the Sophia Code.
Yes.
And you've heard about it?
Yes, I have. Yes. Uh-huh.
Yes. Okay. So this is it. I find it fascinating. I found the prologue, the introduction, very long because the lady expresses what she went through and who she is. But once you started, it's all different ascended persons like Isis, Tara, Mary Magdalene, and things like that. And they each bring an initiation, a teaching and an initiation. I found it of the feminine. It's very fascinating. I also show you something. We talk about the goddess. Why not? I have this crystal from Madagascar, and she's a goddess.
Beautiful.
I like it very much. Yeah, I bought it because she reminded me of the goddess. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So that's it for me.
Thank you so much for sharing. There's so many great books. I mean, there's just, I don't even know, count millions probably too of books besides artworks on different versions of different individual goddesses or Mary or any of the, take your pick. And I probably have 20 of them on Mary Magdalene. So lots and lots of resources out there just to keep exploring for sure. Thank you.
I'm sorry, at the beginning, I think you showed a book that you didn't present later on, and it seemed to be like a child book, so I'd like to know the title.
Oh, yes, I did. I'm hoping I might have time to read it. It's called Mother God, and I can read it now, or I can do the meditation. I don't want to run too far over. It's
By who it is,
Teresa Kim, and the last name is PECINOVSKY, and it's a children's book, and it's I hope I have a chance. I want to see how long the meditation takes, but it's a beautiful book, and if we have time, I'll read it at the end. But it's really stunning. Like, well, I'll even just read the first couple pages in case we don't, just to show you, because it's just so. Let me see how I can do it, or you can see the image. Well, and it says, "You know God the Father, but God is your mother too. You are made in her image. She is making all things new." And then I like this picture here. It says, "Waiting for new life to begin. God is a mother in labor." And the whole book talks about God as a mother bear, and God baking, and God kissing your toes. And but like this one, she's God is nursing her baby. It's just a beautiful book. If you have, even for yourself, I actually love it. But if you have kids or grandkids or nieces or nephews or whatever, it's a beautiful book. So if we have time, I'll read it, but we probably won't. But it's a great resource. So even the Yogananda says the Tao Te Ching is actually about Divine Mother. So, which I didn't know that, but that's what Yogananda says. So, so after all the stuff in our head, were there any more questions, or are we finished? Are we good?
I just wanted to say thank you for showing us all those amazing images, and it was so beautiful to have a moment to just be with them and resonate with them and see the divine feminine reflected in so many aspects. And I just really appreciated that. And thanks for naming some of them up.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, like I say, there were so many, but I was trying to be aware of, copyrights and other people's work and that. So I was surprised I had so many things around the house. I was like, oh, that'll work. It was kind of shocking. But, having it around actually helps me to connect with her too, because pretty much any place in my house, there's some kind of a, statue or a painting or something, either of mine or whoever's. But it's just nice. I just love that intimacy with her as mother. It really helps me to connect to the sacred. That's kind of my pathway, but everybody finds their own way.
Maria, I just wanted to thank you for being that Mary, and meeting you and seeing your artwork, having some of your artwork helped awaken in me that part of connection with the Divine Mother. And it gave me freedom to start to explore it on my own and bring it into my own practices. And not having her loving support around me is such a gift. And I feel like the day that I walked into the co-op and saw your art there that first time was like the beginning of finding that again in my life. So I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, that's, like I say, my focus of doing all that is just to bring awareness to expansion around the whole idea of Divine Mother and Sacred Feminine, and see her in ourselves as well, whether we're male or female. Oh, so I would like to do this meditation because I think it's a good one. So we'll just and that Celeste, you have that picture of the clouds? Yeah, so this was a picture that I actually took. I was amazed on New Year's Day, and I was out. I saw through the windows there were some cool clouds out there on New Year's Day, so I just took my phone out there and I was just snapping pictures. And there was this heart that just showed up for just a few seconds, and I just so meaningful. So I thought that would be a good start to our meditation time. If you want to just kind of take that image into your heart and see that as a reflection of her love for us, and and for all of the universe. I love that picture. I was blown away. I was so excited to get that picture. So I hope it is meaningful for you as well. So if you want to just gently close your eyes, and if you want to keep the picture of the heart cloud in the back of your mind, kind of as, or in your heart, would be even better, right? And just kind of picture yourself in a nest, like a fluffy nest, and that you're just comfortable and safe and warm and soft, and everything is just right, and you're being protected, like, you know, like a little baby bird, and maybe Divine Mother is the mommy bird that is caring for you and nurturing you and taking care of you, and you're safe in your nest. And just think and just witness the air going in and out of your body, and every breath in and out, you're relaxing more and more, and you're just really focusing on your breath, focusing on being in your soft, cozy nest, and relaxing more and more. And then I'd like you to visualize yourself in a beautiful forest, and there's tall trees around you as far as you can see. And they're very peaceful and quiet and welcoming. You just feel home in this forest. And then you notice there's a dusting of snow on the ground, and it makes the forest look even more magical and even more serene and special and calm. And then you notice that there are snowflakes that are starting to fall, and they fall all around you, and they kind of embrace you and land on your face and land on your clothing. And they're just soft and gentle and just they feel nurturing to you. And you're wrapped up nice and warm, so you're very comfortable, and you're just enjoying the cold air and the breeze on your skin, and it just feels really wonderful to be there. And you look down in the forest and you notice that there's a path in front of you, of course, and you decide you're going to follow the path. So as you're following the path, what do you see or feel or hear or smell? And just kind of notice that. And then farther you walk, you notice that there's a clearing, so you start to walk toward the clearing. And in the clearing, you see in the distance a cottage that looks like an enchanted fairy tale kind of a cottage, whatever that might look like for you. And you see there's lavender smoke coming from the chimney. So you know there has to be a nice warm fire inside, so you walk toward it. And as you walk along the path towards the cottage, you start to see crystals on the ground, like lining both sides of the pathway going up to the cottage, and they're glistening in the sun as it's starting to set. And as you get closer to the cottage, you just see more and more crystals of all kinds that are just welcoming you on the path. And you look into the windows of the cottage, and there is a beautiful fire that's going, nice warm roaring fire that just looks so inviting. And you also see a feminine figure seated near the fire. And this figure sees you and motions for you to come inside. And so that's what you do. You open the door and you walk in. As you enter the cottage, you realize the figure that you saw is Divine Mother, however she may appear to you. She may be a familiar image you have seen before or not. She may personify Mother Nature or Mother Earth. She may be young or old, any ethnicity, or from any culture or time period. Trust your imagination that how you see her appearing to you is sacred and perfect. She may even be a light. Divine Mother smiles a smile that tells you she knows you and has been expecting you, and she greets you by name. She motions to a soft chair near her and tells you to sit down. She nourishes you with a warm cup of delicious soup, which of course is your favorite kind. You and she look into each other's eyes and then look into the fire. You see the lavender flames that you saw the smoke from earlier, And notice the smell of burning herbs, which makes everything smell magical and is also a clearing for the space that you're in. You hadn't noticed earlier, but you do notice now that Divine Mother is using gold and silver thread as she is creating a huge, gorgeous tapestry. And you notice the tapestry has scenes of different people and places and things and animals on it. She cuts a piece of both the silver and gold thread and ties them to your wrist like a bracelet. And she kind of smiles and winks at you like a knowing wink, a knowing look. She then pulls out an old carved wooden box, opens it, and pulls out a necklace with a round pendant. On the pendant is a word, symbol, or image that is meant especially for you. It represents a reminder to you of her presence in your life. If the word or symbol is not clear yet, ask Divine Mother to help you see it or understand it, either now or even later. She places the necklace around your neck with a kiss on your head. You notice it is starting to get dark, and you both know it is time for you to leave, if only for now. But Divine Mother has one more sacred surprise for you as you stand up and get ready to leave. She holds up the tapestry she's been working on with the gold and silver threads running all through it. You are shocked to recognize the scenes and people are from your own life. She tells you, yes, that's true, and also tells you that the silver and gold threads represent her presence with you through every moment of your life. You notice there are still some blank areas on the tapestry with no images yet, but there are still the silver and gold threads already there waiting. She explains to you that those are times in your life that are still to come, but that the gold and silver threads represent her presence in all the times of your future, as well as your past and your present. Suddenly, she wraps the tapestry around you, and you realize it is actually a cape. The cape feels magical and soft and perfect in every way. We thank Divine Mother for showing you the tapestry of your life and her threads running through it and always being with you. You embrace each other, say goodbye, but not forever, just temporarily. And you go back outside the door where you see the crystals on the path, and you notice that it's a full moon, so you can see perfectly. And you walk back down the path that you came up earlier to the clearing, and then back to the forest where you started. And you just are aware of your breath in the forest as you're walking, and the tapestry cape feels so magical and perfect, and it's almost lighting your way along with the full moon. And eventually you reach the place where you started in the forest. And you bring your awareness back to your breath in the present time and where you are in your nest. And you take a couple of deep breaths and just remember all the experience that you had with Divine Mother. And when you're ready, you just gently open your eyes. Welcome back to the present.
Thank you so much, Marie.
You're
That was
welcome.
So beautiful.
You're welcome.
So beautiful.